back almost perfectly. That was the part that mattered. The utility bill was on top again. The drawer was shut the right way. If I hadn't known exactly how I left it, I could have told myself nothing had been touched. But the fold on the statement was wrong. I fold left over right. This one had been folded right over left. Same paper, same sheet, different hands. I was still sitting in the parking lot when I checked the forwarding app. 11:43. 14 minutes. No voicemail. She found the number, called it, and stayed on the line with someone for 14 minutes before I drove back in 11 minutes earlier than I said I would. None of this started with that call. It started earlier, with small things I noticed and left alone. About 6 months ago, she knew which drawer the mail went in before I ever told her. Small thing, easy to ignore. I hadn't mentioned it, hadn't shown her. She just opened the right drawer like she'd done it before. Around that same time, she started asking about money in a certain way. Never direct, never enough to sound serious. Just enough to open the subject and wait for me to fill in the rest. She asked what I'd do if work changed. She asked if people our age were supposed to be saving more. One time she asked if I still had any old accounts from before, the kind you stop thinking about. I said maybe. She nodded and let it go. I didn't forget it. I'm not saying every second of it was planned on her side. I'm saying there was a pattern. That's all I needed. Patterns don't care whether someone admits to them or not. 3 weeks ago, I made one decision. I printed a bank statement, not a real one. Just something built to look real enough. Right layout, right spacing, routing number, account number, address, large balance. The balance was a phone number. My forwarding line, dressed up to look like a dollar figure. Big enough to matter. Clean enough to pass a fast read. Real enough to make someone act before they slowed down and thought it through. I put it in the second drawer of my office desk, face down under a utility bill. The office doesn't have a lock. It never did. I never wanted it locked. A locked door tells people there's something worth opening. That morning I left at 10:50. I told her I'd be back around noon. The errand was real. I had somewhere to go. But I gave myself room on the return and didn't mention it. I came back at 11:51. The drawer was closed. The utility bill was on top. The fold was wrong. After that, I didn't need a confession. I just needed to read what was left behind. She probably didn't go in right after I left. I don't think she moves that fast. She would have waited a little. Made it feel normal first. Maybe stood in the kitchen. Maybe watched the parking lot through the window until I was fully gone. Then she went into the office. When she found the statement, I think she read it once quickly and then read it again slower. The balance would have been the part that stopped her. A number that size, on a paper she wasn't supposed to see, changes the meaning of every money conversation that came before it. That same evening, I opened the shared laptop for something unrelated and saw the search bar trying to autofill a routing number verification site. She'd cleared the history, not the address memory. That told me she tried to verify the account before she made a move. Then she made one anyway. 14 minutes is not an accident. It's not a wrong number. It's not confusion that clears up in half a minute. She got through to someone, and she stayed there. I don't know what she said. I don't know what she was told. I know the length. I know the time. I know she never called that number again. That night, Over dinner, she looked down at her plate and asked if we were okay financially. That was the first time she tried to touch it out loud. I said we were fine, solid, nothing to worry about. She nodded and said she wondered sometimes. That was all. 2 days later, she asked me to check a recipe on her phone while she stepped out of the room. I wasn't looking for anything else. I just saw it before the recipe page loaded. An unsent draft. It started with, "Found something. Might be what we..." Then it stopped. No visible name above it. No thread open enough for me to see who it was meant for. She came back before I could do more than read that one line. I kept that line anyway. I've spent time on the word "we." More than I needed to. Enough to know it matters, and not enough to know who it belongs to. I still don't have an answer for that part. What I have is less complete and more useful. A call log with a timestamp. A browser memory she didn't clear all the way. A statement she handled and put back with the wrong fold. A dinner question asked by someone already testing what I might admit on my own. That's the record. I didn't make the statement to ruin anything. I made it to confirm what was already there. Some people would say the difference doesn't matter. Maybe to them it doesn't. To me, it did. I wasn't interested in asking direct questions and getting whatever version she was ready to say. I wanted behavior before language got to it. I wanted the part people do before they start editing themselves. This morning, after she left for an errand, I put the statement back on the desk face up. I wanted to change one thing and leave the rest alone. When she left, her bag looked heavier than it should have for a Tuesday when she said she had nothing planned. I didn't ask what was in it. I didn't touch it. I just watched the strap dig into her shoulder a little deeper than usual. 3 days after the call, I checked the forwarding number again. Nothing. No second try, no callback, no follow-up. Whatever she needed from that first conversation, she got enough. Or enough to wait. I still haven't decided what I'm going to do with any of it. What I know is simple. The number was called once. The draft was never sent. She looks at me differently now. Not guilty, not scared. More careful than that. Like she's still working through her next move on a board she thinks I haven't noticed. I have. The statement is face up on the desk now. I'm waiting to see if she puts it back.